Welcome back to the second episode of LTV News' 10th season. It's cooling down, October is here, and with the fall semester flying by, LTV News is back to fill you in on all the things you've missed while you've been out enjoying this crisp sweater weather. So sit back, relax, because coming up we have a music festival right here on campus, the campaigns and results of new LaSalle elections, and the loss of one of Philadelphia's favorite restaurants. Good evening, I'm Maddie Geyer.
And I'm Jackie Reyes, and we also have an unexpected piece of architecture that saved the derailed train and a gigantic piece of fall decor grown by farmers in the UK. You won't want to miss it. You're watching LTV News, where the action never stops.
Hello and welcome back to LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney Avenue to Philadelphia and the world. My name is Maddie Geyer, and I'm happy to be here with you for our 10th season.
And I'm Jackie Reyes, and we're your new host of LTV News, LaSalle TV's hotspot for all the LaSalle and Philadelphia-related news. There's a lot to catch up on in the next half hour, so don't go anywhere, because for our second episode, we have a lot of fun and interesting stories you won't want to miss. So let's get started.
Honors program student majoring in political science, philosophy, and economics, Sierra Grady, is preparing herself for law school. Grady has had the opportunity to apply the lessons from her major into published works with faculty supervision. She co-authored various pieces and has excelled greatly. Grady said sometimes learning in the classroom can feel like you're utilizing the skills in a vacuum. Having the opportunity to apply knowledge to real-world issues in published works made the lessons all that more real. Grady states that these are issues that have impacted people's lives. Grady, who decided in part to attend LaSalle because of the ties her family has to the university, said, "I'm from a huge LaSalle family."
Members of the Mask at LaSalle attended their final dress rehearsal for the upcoming New York Metropolitan Opera. The show Dead Man Walking first opened last Tuesday. Students from here at LaSalle also had the chance to attend a discussion with Sister Helen Prejean. Prejean is a social justice activist in whose memoir the opera is based on. Choreographer Jake Hedgie and opera singer Joyce DiDonato also attended this discussion. We here at LaSalle TV are extremely excited for those participating in this show, and we wish nothing but luck for those performers. If you haven't already, go watch Dead Man Walking.
This past month, LaSalle Student Government Association, or SGA, has been holding election campaigns for class senators. Candidates created ads and placed them around campus to endorse their campaigns. They also recorded and posted promotional videos and were required to get 25 signatures each in order to run. And beyond that, the candidates were responsible for getting the word out about their campaigns and tried to gain the votes of their peers. Some of the candidates include Noah Davis, Marcy Fuji, Laya Marshall, Vanessa Dumais, Chris Vizcano, Mia Mattingly, Cole Welsh, Carly Benedetti, and our very own Mike Gedradis. Voting took place on Friday, and they received over 200 votes, which is almost an SGA record. Later today, the winners will be announced for the new class senator for each class. To find out who has won, visit Instagram at LaSalle SGA. Whoever they may be, we say congratulations to the winners, and we wish you luck this next school year.
LaSalle University's faculty and staff made sure to be well represented at the annual Afro-Latin/American Research Association conference this summer. The annual conference focused on the issues facing Black communities and the success regarding the Black communities. On the 27th anniversary, all members made sure to recognize the fact that they're speaking in a time where Black history and Black studies are now being banned. All members highlight the importance on why now is the best time to unite. The goal of the group is to ensure the fact that all Black activists, artists, creatives, educators, and beyond have a place.
Starting this semester, we are introducing a new interview segment called Campus Spotlight, where each show we interview a staff member on campus to highlight their work, share their life and career experiences, and give out some advice. To kick off our new segment, we have a professor from the Sociology and Criminal Justice Department in Hayman Hall.
I think 16 years ago, I came in as a chair from, I was at Georgia State University for 11 years in Georgia, but my history is here. I'm a Philadelphian. I'm fourth generation Philadelphian. I grew up in Overbrook Park and undergraduate Drexel, PhD from Temple. So my roots are far and deep here in Philadelphia. I love my area of study because I like to think that researchers and academics like me are trying to address issues of social inequality broadly, and then specifically issues of racial inequality more specifically. So I like to think that in subtle ways, some larger than others, I'm contributing to make, a more just society. I think that between the classes I teach and the articles that I write, and I do legal research as well as an expert witness, that I'm part of the folks that are trying to make the world better for our children and grandchildren.
Something we were curious about was whether or not Philadelphia is aiding Dr. Gallagher in his research and his career.
I could be doing my work in Chicago or LA or New York, and I kind of did work elsewhere. I've been other parts in the world where I've done research for this. But Philadelphia, for me, as I said, I'm a Philadelphian. So for me to be able to do work and make my hometown better, to me is just even more, it's not just validating, it basically is, it makes me proud.
A question we asked to get to know him a little better was also where his favorite place to travel was.
Well, I've been lucky. I think I've been to 20 countries and counting. And this summer, I had a great opportunity to be at De La Salle University in Manila for 88 days. I taught a graduate class there, an undergraduate class there. Manila was very different because I had never been to Asia. So that was a lot of fun. I think another place that was a lot of fun, I'm partial to Italy and Greece because of my background, my wife's background, but I was on a Fulbright at the University of Birmingham in the UK, so I got to spend 6 months interviewing people about Brexit. So it was, travel is great, but when you can actually stay there for more than a month, you start to get the vibe and the kind of the feel, the cadence of the kind of urban community. So that was a lot of fun. Although the weather isn't great after October, it is really dreary and rainy and foggy in these London towns.
And finally, we asked him some advice he'd like to leave students at LaSalle with.
I'd say, hey guys, listen, time management, number one. Everything takes longer than you think. And the second thing is, get to know your professors. All of my colleagues, and I mean really the entire LaSalle community of professors, this is a vocation. We are here to help you in any way possible, to enrich your mind, kind of intellectual challenges, and we have office hours. And so get in the habit of knocking on the door and saying, hey, I just wanted to talk about lecture day, or I'm working on a paper. I cannot tell you, all of my colleagues, all of my friends here at LaSalle, they are all resources in history and philosophy and sciences. So use them. I mean that in a good way. Take advantage of the fact that they want to help you. That's my suggestion.
Well, Dr. Gallagher is certainly one of my favorite professors. He's very dynamic and engaging when he teaches, and you and I have had him a lot.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, I feel like his classes were a great experience, so if you guys haven't already, take his class. But what made you fully, Camp 3, oh. This upcoming week at LaSalle Theater, there are plenty of events to help get you out and about on campus. Tomorrow, the men's soccer team is playing the Loyola Chicago at 1 p.m. at the McCarthy Stadium. This Thursday, attend Explorers Cafe to hear all about anti-racist pedagogy, bringing diversity, inclusion, and equity into LaSalle's classrooms. And on October 10th, Angels or Demons, What is Humankind's Natural Instinct? Also this Thursday from 6 to 9 in the Quad, the Organization of Latin American Students will be hosting the Guía Latina Festival in the Quad to celebrate National Hispanic Heritage Month. Field hockey will be playing Richmond Friday at 3 p.m. and Dartmouth on Sunday at 12 p.m. at the D. Vincent Field. And women's soccer plays George Mason Saturday at 1 p.m. at McCarthy Stadium.
On Friday, LaSalle hosted Quiet Fest, an immersive music and wellness experience. The event was held to raise awareness for college student homelessness. The event supported DePaul, USA, a nonprofit national agency serving homeless people. Quiet Fest was held in the Union Ballroom at LaSalle with wellness vendors, yoga, and meditation. And singer-songwriter Paul McDonald performed live. This was followed by Silent Disco and the Armentani Brothers and DJ Trio from Philadelphia. From 4 to 9, students went and had a great time revolved around music. If you missed Quiet Fest, keep an eye out for upcoming dates and locations.
A local North Philadelphia restaurant has shocked cocktail and cheesesteak fans alike with the unveiling of their newest drink. Lansdale's Roundhouse, located at 324 West Main Street, is now offering patrons a Philly cheesesteak martini, complete with 2 kinds of steak, sauteed onions, cheese, and vodka. The drink is then garnished with a crouton, pearl onion, and cherry tomato. Torrin Hoffman, bar manager at Roundhouse, first began serving cheesesteak-flavored vodka in the form of a shot, following an Eagles win Friday of last month. "I'm a huge Birds fan," he stated. "I can't think of anything better than drinking a cheesesteak while watching a Birds game." Torrin apparently scored the internet to be sure he was, in fact, the first to create the liquefied Philly classic. And he was. The savory cocktail can be bought for $13 and will be sold only during Eagles games.
The Melrose Diner, a South Philadelphia institution for 67 years, is being demolished to make way for new development. The owner says he plans to build a 6-story apartment building with a smaller diner on the ground floor. But many loyal customers are not happy with the change. The Melrose Diner was founded in 1935 and moved to its current location at 15th Street, Snyder Avenue, and West Passyunk Avenue in 1956. It was known for its pies, pancakes, and friendly service. It was also a popular spot for celebrities, politicians, and locals alike. But many fans of the Melrose Diner are skeptical about the new project and wonder if it will have the same charm and quality as the original. They say they will miss the old-fashioned counter seats, the iconic Melrose neon sign, and the friendly staff.
Former Temple President Richard M. Engler has been selected as new president. Engler will be serving an interim capacity until a new president is elected. The university's board announced that they expect to name a new president by the upcoming spring semester. Engler served as Temple's president from 2016 to 2021. This was first announced following the sudden death of Joanne Epps. Epps fell ill on stage during an event. After being transported and treated in Temple University Hospital, was pronounced dead on September 19th. Epps passed away at the age of 72. Temple has shown their gratitude towards Engler for picking up where Epps started, and he hopes to do his best.
Joey Henney of Jonestown, Pennsylvania, and his emotional support alligator, Wally Gator, were denied entrance into Citizens Bank Park to watch the Phillies host the Pittsburgh Pirates last Wednesday. Citizens Bank Park's policy allows guide dogs and service animals in training, but all other animals are prohibited. Social media displayed the gator with his owner meandering outside the stadium wearing a bright red harness, indicating to others his support animal status. Wally was found inhabiting a pond in Disney World and cannot be re-released into the wild due to state laws on alligator relocation. And so, Henney decided to take him in. After feeling an emptiness in his life, he discovered great joy in taking care of his new reptilian friend. He stated, "I'll get lonely, and he seems to sense that stuff, and he'll come up to me and give me a hug. Makes me feel loved."
Up next, we have some footage from the Autism Speaks walk here in Philadelphia, taken by our own crew member, Daniel. The annual Autism Speaks walk is powered by the love of people with autism and the parents, grandparents, siblings, friends, relatives, and providers who support them. On September 24th, the walk took place at 10 a.m. in Philadelphia at the Navy Yard on South Broad Street, and the route was about a mile long. Before the walk, they set off the day with an opening ceremony to welcome all of the people who came by to participate. The Autism Speaks walk is dedicated to helping people with autism live the best life they could with lots of potential. The foundation is still looking to reach their donation goal to make a difference and donate at autismspeaks.org.
SEPTA police are on the lookout for a man who was in a shooting in South Philadelphia SEPTA station. The incident happened on Monday, September 25th at 6 a.m. at Tasker Morse Station in South Philadelphia. According to police, the man approached a woman from behind the mezzanine level. The police also stated that the suspect bumped into the woman, which led to a minor altercation. Following moments after, the man fired his weapon once before leaving the station. Fortunately, no one was injured. The public is being asked for their help by SEPTA police to ensure that this person is captured to secure the public safety. If you or anyone you know have information, please contact SEPTA police.
Two male suspects are wanted for committing armed robberies wearing women's Muslim garbs at two Asian-owned nail salons. Philadelphia police surveillance footage shows that the two black male suspects held all the employees at gunpoint. The first robbery occurred at only late afternoon. Meanwhile, the second robbery occurred only 3 hours later at nighttime. All employees of the nail salons had their wallets and IDs stolen. The suspects also stole cash from the cash registers. One employee was said to be shot in the leg after chasing after one of the suspects. She is said to be in stable condition. No arrests have been made despite the fact that one employee stated, "Please stop it. We work hard to make our money."
Up next, I had the privilege to interview some awesome folks from my hometown, Rochester, New York, at the timeless local classic, the House of Guitars.
And don't go anywhere, because after that, we're going to talk about the unhuman-like remains found in South America and how this crashing train was saved in midair. But right now, let's see the music history Maddie found at the House of Guitars.
Been here almost 60 years. Cleaning, selling, ordering.
This transmit comes in. I think it's my headphone cord. Okay, but is there toilet paper?
We were born in a real impoverished family, and we developed this crazy work ethic. My nephews are downstairs. 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had ZZ Top and Leonard Skinner in here. And they were hanging out for hours, running around, shopping, talking to people, taking pictures. But, you know, everybody comes in. It's like every day there's a different band.
Oh, he loves that. He loves fighting rape.
I run our Reverb page, which is our national sales. I'm the social media manager, photographer, photo editing. I really like the band Mess that came in. I didn't know of them. Cool pop punk band. They just love the store and just been super nice to us. It's just the culture that they build throughout the ages. I mean, you know, since 1964, just as my boss said, just the crazy work ethic and just creating a culture of just, you know, regardless of who you are or what background, we always find something for everyone and welcome everyone and just try to have fun here, you know. We're not the most sterile environment, but I think that's what kind of makes it genuine and fun. And again, we're looking out for everyone that comes in here, so I think that's the fun part, and just all the history with all the bands. My boss is always telling me about all the bands that come in, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a cool story, sure. And then they come in, they're like, Bruce, and I'm like, oh my God, he's telling the truth. Getting kids started on their first guitar is, you know, very meaningful, just seeing their eyes light up. Just knowing that they're going to be going down that same, you know, adventure that a lot of us musicians have gone down. I find that to be probably one of the biggest meaningful things to me.
Like I said, we came up poor and we worked hard and we enjoy what we do. I love people, I love music.
Welcome back. We have a lot of interesting world news to share with you. After coming from Rochester, New York, we're going to now head to South America. Mummified remains found in Cusco, Peru, estimated to be around 1,000 years old, have caused a stir among UFO enthusiasts. The specimens, unveiled at Mexico's Congress by journalist and UFO researcher Jamie Masson, revealed intriguing mysteries. Masson testified under oath, claiming that nearly 1/3 of the DNA remains quote-unquote unknown, and that these specimens do not belong to Earth's evolutionary history. He emphasized that they were not extraterrestrial beings recovered from a UFO crash, but were fossilized after being found in diatom mines. Professor Brian Cox is now seeking independent verification from biotech firm 23andMe. However, he expressed skepticism, noting that the odds of an intelligent species from another planet resembling humans are slim. Masson's no stranger to extraterrestrial claims had previously misidentified a mummified body as an alien in 2015. It later turned out to be that of a human child. The debate continues as scientists investigate the mysterious origins of these ancient mummified remains, challenging conventional understanding of Earth's history.
The search for missing 2-year-old Thea Chase of Faithhorn, Michigan concluded when she was discovered safely in a ditch with no other than the family dogs by her side. State troopers were called to the Chase household around 8 p.m. last Wednesday after her family realized that the toddler was nowhere to be found. Police Lieutenant Mark Giannizzo remarked, "When we get a call like that, everything stops. Requests were then sent to drones, search and rescue teams, and canines to scour the heavily wooded area. After 4 hours of searching, police ATVs came across Buddy, the family Rottweiler, who was located off a rural trail nearly 3 miles from home, utilizing Hartley, the family English Springer, as a pillow. Her undoubtedly relieved mother commented, "She has those dogs wrapped around her finger." Thea was escorted home on the ATV, reportedly giggling and exclaiming, "Hi, Mommy," upon her return.
Last week, a Dutch train flew off the end of its elevated track in the Netherlands. However, there were no reported injuries or deaths. How is that possible? Because instead of falling to the ground 30 feet below, the metro train was caught by a massive sculpture of a whale's tail. The whale statue, built in 2002 in Rotterdam, was given the name Saved by the Whale's Tail. As far as the train goes, it's unclear why the train didn't stop, and apparently the driver was the only person on board. The driver was questioned by police and sent home, and the crash was put under investigation. The train spent the night on top of the whale's tail, and the following morning was removed. The architect who created the sculpture said he was surprised it held up, but thankfully it did because it saved this driver's life. Well, before we are going to take one more quick break, but don't go anywhere because we have a lot more fun and interesting stories coming up right after this.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We're getting towards the end of our episode, but before we wrap up, we have a lot more to share with you. To start, Philadelphia's Rite Aid pharmacy will close hundreds of stores nationwide due to bankruptcy amid financial troubles and legal issues, raising concerns about accessibility to medicine and jobs. About 25% of their stores, roughly 400 to 500 locations, will shutter, potentially leading to longer lines and service delays. Wendell Young, president of Local 1776, worries about the impact on the mainly female workforce who rely on these jobs. The pharmacy industry faces challenges from digital shifts and drug payment issues, with CVS also closing nearly 1,000 stores in 2021. Rob Frank Ill of the Philadelphia Association of Retail Druggists fears these closures will create pharmacy corruption, particularly affecting low-income communities. In short, people will need to find new pharmacies as Rite Aid's financial woes force widespread closures.
Last weekend, the annual Melbourne Autumn Festival kicked off in the UK, giving farmers from around the region the chance to show off their pride in produce. 400-plus-pound pumpkins were brought in via forklift, but nothing stopped the crowd like the 1,300-pound gargantuan of a gourd brought in by Tim Saint, which arrived by truck instead. Saint's giant pumpkin is about half heavy as the current world record holder, which sits in at 2,700 pounds. The secret, he says, is just plenty of water and cow manure, especially. I normally give it around 5 cans of watering a day. As one of the largest festivals in the UK, there are 35 categories for giant or long vegetables, including longest bean, tallest tomato, heaviest bell pepper, and many more. It will certainly be interesting to see what the competition brings next year.
This past weekend, the Paw Patrol movie was attended by a total of 219 dogs alongside their owners. The large turnout rate of dogs broke a Guinness World Record for most dogs attending a film screening. The special outdoor screening was held in Los Angeles Griffith Park and was attended by Guinness World Record judge Michael Emprick, who helped confirm the large turnout and Guinness World Record win for the dogs in attendance. Emprick stated the turnout of 219 dogs broke the previous record of 199 dogs in attendance. The Best Friends Animal Society hopes this story will motivate more people to adopt dogs.
Speaking of dogs, it's time for that weird or unusual story of the week. This particular dog in India was in need of help, and you'd be surprised to see who swam in need of assistance. In an unusual and heartwarming turn of events, 3 crocodiles in India saved a young dog from a potentially fatal encounter. The stray mix, being chased by a pack of feral dogs, sought refuge in a river, unaware of the nearby crocodiles. Instead of making a meal out of the dog, these opportunistic predators used their snouts to nudge the canine to safety. They even guided it to an unoccupied part of the riverbank, allowing it to escape unharmed. While the exact reason behind their actions remains speculative, the Journal of Threat and Taxa suggests it could be a case of cross-species empathy, a heartwarming reminder that sometimes even unexpected friendships can form in the animal kingdom.
And meanwhile, in Japan, on board a bullet train traveling 180 miles per hour, 2 wrestlers were seen brawling in the narrow aisle. The match lasted 30 minutes and was organized by the DDT Pro Wrestling, and all 75 seats were sold out. The fight was between Minoru Suzuki and Sanshiro Takagi and took place between Tokyo and Nagoya. The fighters exchanged blows and dangerous maneuvers. During this, passengers sat in their seats while recording from their phones. And the whole thing was possible due to the DDT renting out the train carriage. It's not uncommon for this group to hold public wrestling matches in unusual places like bookstores and campsites, but this time Suzuki was the champion.
That just about does it for this episode of LTV News. Be sure to tune in 2 weeks from now. Until then, you can find us on the web as well as the rest of LaSalle TV on our Facebook and Instagram page. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so tweet at us using our Twitter handle and start the conversation.
And if you missed the scoop and want to see it, you can find episodes on YouTube under our LaSalle TV Philly page. Thank you to our crew and viewers for making this show possible. We look forward to many more successful episodes this upcoming season. See you soon, but for now, I'm Jackie Reyes.
And I'm Maddie Geyer. Don't forget to tune in next time for more exciting stories, but for now, thanks for watching LTV News, where the action never stops.